Hi, I'm Maya, and welcome to our backyard garden. We're a family of four trying to grow as much food as possible right here in our own backyard. Here's a peek of what's happening in this week's episode.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. Guys out, all of the seeds will stay right here and they will not spread.
So welcome to a week in the garden.
Hello friends, and welcome to another week in the garden. Today is day one. Now that all the holidays have kind of passed, we can kind of like focus on the garden. And it is now the evening, and there are many things that I know I need to harvest. If you saw our July garden tour, you saw that there was like cucumbers and some eggplant, and I think that is some of the stuff I'm going to harvest right now. And I also want to check if these pepper plants are starting. There's just a whole lot. Today is just focused on harvesting so that I can eat, because I am so hungry and I have been waiting so long to harvest this eggplant to eat it. Alright, so here is the bed that this eggplant is in, and it looks like a really good size, so I'm going to take it off. You should probably use shears, but I'm going to bring it out. Oh my gosh, look at that beauty. I am so excited. I'm eating this tonight. Oh my lord. Yes, yes please. Alright, let's see what else we can harvest out here. It looks like banana peppers are setting flowers, and I might have one in there. Buena Chica is still putting out flowers. I don't see any like fruit yet, but that started late. And Anaheim's the same thing, but they always kind of go later for me. I do have some jalapenos on here, bell peppers on here. Oh my word, but I'm really more interested right now in my cucumbers. Look at that.
Mama.
Cool thing, yeah?
Have some.
Yep, we're gonna have some. Cool thing is that when you grow cucumbers, you realize that they're spiky. Wow.
Mama, let me touch it.
You want to touch it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually harvest 2 of them on here, and we've got a lot more growing. I've heard people say that as much more you pick, it's gonna stimulate the plant to keep going. So that is what we're doing. Oh. So here's this one.
Oh, Mama.
Alrighty. What I'm doing is twisting it off. You probably shouldn't do this. But here I am. There you go. This one probably could have stayed on a little bit longer. But we're here.
Mama.
Yeah, baby.
More.
More. So here's what we got so far. 3 cucumber and 1 eggplant. Oh, and it looks like we got some broccoli to add to the collection. Looky, looky, just in time. And we will add this little broccoli side shoot to the collection. Oh yes. Oh, here we go. And let's check out the corn here. I'm actually tempted to grab one that I know has been here or started first, to see how it's doing. I'm gonna pick this piece of corn, and the silks are brown. It's a small corn, but look right there, it actually looks like it's having another one come out, which is weird. My other variety, oh, bug. Oh Jesus.
Mama.
Yeah, you hear the buggy?
Huh?
Alright. Let me see if I can feel the kernels. Maybe I can just look inside of it. Maybe I'll give it a peek. Oh, it's got kernels. Yes. Word. This. Oh my gosh. I wonder if this is actually going to be ready to go. Let's actually open this. Let's open this right now. Alright, so let's see. Ooh, these bugs. I'm not going to be out here long. But I want to open it. See what's actually going on in here. Whoop, I tell you, I'm not a fan of these bugs this year. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, it is not ready yet. A little too early, but it's okay. It is a little too early. Oh, it's okay. The squirrels are gonna love this. Also, you can use the corn silks medicinally if you wanted to save those. All right, I'm gonna take a quick peek and throw this to the squirrels, and then we're gonna be inside because I put on bug spray and these bugs is still right through the pants. Like, I don't get it. I do not get it. Oh, zinnias are looking pretty.
Mama,
Oh.
I have some.
Yeah, we'll have some, but this one's not ready.
Huh?
More so trying to see if my green beans have flowers and if that tobacco is going to seed, and checking on some more eggplant. I do not see any flowers quite yet. And here is this little tobacco going to seed, which I still need to do my research to figure out what I need to do for these. You know, we learn as we go around, okay? Okay, so a quick run out here, but everything is looking
Mama.
very good.
No, Mama.
Hold on. Okay, so this is the little haul that I have right now. I'm gonna go inside, cook some food, and take a peek if any of you got any red tomatoes. Not yet, and none blushing. Those are the ones I'm excited to see turn red. But here we go. I'm gonna make some dinner. I'm excited to see what the rest of the week has in store. I've got to weed, but I've also got to fight and battle these bugs because, oh baby, they are bad this year. So let's get this stuff inside. Hello friends, and welcome to day 2. Now, we have gotten so much rain and I have not been here, and so we're gonna take just a little tour through what this chaos of a garden looks like currently. Sweet baby Jesus. And the whole goal of this week is just to bed by bed weed, because it looks terrible. It absolutely looks terrible. So I think the first thing I may focus on are these beds, because they're by a street that people can see. But let's go in this area and let me show you exactly how just chaotic it looks right now. If you were not a gardener, you would not be able to tell what is what, and this basil needs to be harvested because it's overshading and overcrowding the peppers that we've got here, and maybe that might be a reason why the peppers are struggling to set so much fruit. Also, we have had a mild, very mild summer so far. And then over here, oh my gosh, if you ever feel bad about how your garden looks, just look at mine. It's just wild, y'all, but it's just reality. If you can't get out here every day, this is why people get overwhelmed, because you have to stay on top of it. And I should have mulched, but even sometimes with mulch, you're gonna get weeds, and you're gonna have to get out here and maintain. And I think what I'm also going to do is take this dill down, because I already don't want it to go to seed, but then it is just so big, it's not looking as pretty as it once looked. This bed is not as bad, but it's shaded and most of it is just food, so I probably won't touch this bed. But then we go over here and this one's just scary. It really is just kind of scary. Now, because the corn is tall, but then you see the corn and it stops right here, but then we've got these ones that are up here that are going to seed that cannot, because it is just going to be wild and crazy. And obviously gloves, or a glove, because inside joke, I always lose one of my gloves, so. And I hate bugs, so here we go. how cool it looks. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. Oh, I just took the onion inside, and hopefully I don't pull up any more onions. But let's dive right back into this bed. This is what we've got going on currently here in this little area. I'm going to now tackle this little this section of the garden, but I'm gonna have to like reapply my bug spray because these mosquitoes, if you have anything that we can keep in the garden or put on us just for mosquitoes, let me know, because I am desperate. I don't like spraying chemicals on myself, but I don't like these mosquitoes even more. This thing is absolutely huge, and we're gonna get this from the base. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Look how thick that stalk is. Oh my gosh. Wow. Here's the back of this first bed, and that went quicker than expected. This is the cilantro that's going to seed. I'm going to harvest the seeds from. But here's some that are ready to come off, but it is not exactly ready to harvest. So I'm going to leave it on there for a little bit. But look at that. I love it. And look how much just a couple plants give. So here's how the second bed is looking. It's looking a lot more tame than it did before. I'm kind of thinking about maybe getting the mower in here. Usually my husband does that, but I kind of just wanted to look nice. Oh, there's a little bee. How wonderful. Decided to mow, but let's see. I want you to really see how bad it looks in here and get it a little more accurate before and after this mow. We've got tomatoes growing down here. Oh, Lordy. That is how bad it has gotten over here. That is where that pot sat at. And there was some stuff over here. But let's look how and wild it looks in here. So let's get to mowing. Okay, so I am done mowing, and let's take a look. It looks really funny, the separation, but I just want to do the garden bed just so it looks way less chaotic, and I believe it really does. Okay, and here is the after. Look at how much different that is. It feels way nicer to walk through here and be able to get and attack these weeds, which is probably another task for another day. Tomorrow we'll probably be doing this section right here with the cucumbers and the corn and the leeks, and the other side of the tomato cage. Woo, it is hot. Good workout. I will see you tomorrow. Hello friends, and welcome back to day 3 of this week. Now I pulled out some tomatoes that I had actually frozen last year. They are Romas, and I've got a lot of tomatoes down there that I need to process because the tomatoes are growing outside and I just need to make space downstairs in our deep freezer. So I have picked a recipe. It is from Vincenzo's Plate. It's like a tomato basil sauce, and I've got most of the ingredients. Some of them are some of them are definitely a variation of it. Instead of a carrot, I am using golden beets. So everything besides like maybe like the salt, you know, the seasonings. Ooh, I forgot to get the oregano. He didn't add that, but I've got fresh oregano. So when it comes to making things from scratch, I am very much a beginner. And when you think about cooking things from scratch, it is a different process than just pouring a jar or a can or a seasoning packet of some sorts, you know, into the bowl. It's really taking a look at the ingredients and exactly what is in it. And to me, that really just makes me have to think a little bit more in depth of what I'm actually eating inside. Did you know that I was today years old when you realize that paprika is just red pepper dried? Red bell pepper dried. Things that I feel like I should have known maybe more in high school. So when we think about the American diet and why so many people deal with diabetes or food-induced illnesses or diseases, you get to think back into like the minute things, like what is actually in that seasoning pack, what's in that pre-processed burger that is not supposed to be in there, just to make it last longer. So those are some things that I've asked myself in the more recent years and why I am more leaning toward making food from scratch, even though I have no idea what I am doing. So this is your sign if you have no idea what you were doing and you're beginning from zero. Just try it, because I bet you'll learn way more just by messing it up than you will by reading anyone or watching anyone do it. So let's get back to the sauce. So here we are about 4 hours later, and one thing that I learned is that those tomatoes cook down to almost nothing. Now the flavor is great. So the color is off because I added some heavy whipping cream and some Parmesan cheese to make it go a long way. So we're gonna add some sausage to it. I also made some garlic bread. We are gonna get this plated up. We've got a very hungry toddler in the background, and I wish that you could smell it. It really does smell good. Only thing that I would do or change is using a food processor. That is a big deal because that would have made it more into like that sauce pureed kind of thing. Now this is good, a blender will work, but a food processor, chef's kiss. So I'm not usually a person that asks her spouse to help with the heavy stuff when I know I can do it myself. So probably should ask for help because that smoker was really heavy, but I needed to move those so that I could have space and really get in here with these weeds. And I am just so not excited. I think I'm going to put on a jacket to cover my arms from any bugs, because if not, I'm just gonna be jumping. Weeding has to be one of my very least favorite garden chores, but it is a very important thing to do. And for me, that also means by weeding this, I also need to weed old thought processes and old ways of thinking, and that is probably just as hard as getting in here and physically weeding my garden. So when I go about weeding, and especially in this capacity, I turn off my phone and I kind of just do the same thing that I'm doing with the garden in my brain, and just listening to the sounds of birds and the bees and the wind blowing through the trees. This is what we kind of got going right now. I'm gonna attempt to start going from the back because I'm just kind of done doing that front part. So I'm gonna get along the edges here, which was the dill and was the snap peas and some lettuce that just went to seed or got overcrowded. So I'm gonna start along the back because I don't know, I feel like I just want to start there. Okay, so I have spent little spurts of the day weeding this area, and it is very funny to look at it now because majority of what was in there was weeds. So I am excited for some things to get some room. Like I have some summer squash in here, but let me show you, bro. We've got a zinnia. I got to go back, but for the most part, I've gotten in here really good. A random, just not random. I put them here on purpose. Straw flower. Like, just look how much space is between here. Granted, there were green peas here. Granted, there were snap peas that I removed here, and there was dill over here. So that died out, so it's not there anymore. So now I need to know what I want to put here. And it's nice to be able to get closer to the zinnias. That's all I'm getting done today. I expected to collect some carrot seed or cover them, but I think they can go one more day. It is just hot. And honestly, this area really just took, honestly, this area took way longer than I thought. And it still has so much weeding to be done. So, on to another day. But before I went inside, I did spot these red cayenne peppers. So, what I'm going to do with them, I have no idea. I'll probably stick it in the dehydrator right now. But yay, how cute. My husband has been out of town for the last couple of days because he is filming at the Indy car series. So, and I guess that happens to be like on TV. He has a media pass. He's a videographer, so he has just been showing me all the cool stuff. He was very close to Eric Church and Luke Combs, if you're into country. And he said tomorrow he's going to see Post Malone. So I am a very happy wife for him. Throwing a side eye at him. But, so I've been kind of slacking when it comes to the garden because usually I can have a little bit of support because it has just been so hot. But as this week ends, there are a couple of things that I do need to get done that are time sensitive, and that has to be concerning with seeds. Now, I have many different seeds that are starting to dry and that I want to save for the fall and for next year. So, I've got two different bags going on. I've got this one right here. This is what I'm going to use for my carrot seed. I'm going to tie it on. We're going to close it. Ba-boom. We're going to call her good and we're going to save those seeds. The next thing is these little bags. Now, do I recommend these? No. But I'm going to put cilantro seed. You're all done? I'm going to put the cilantro seed that is dry because currently not everything is dry. But I'm tempted actually just to take the whole thing out and put it in a bag, which is number 3, is just a normal bag. Just a bag, a paper bag. You know, one of those ones that you used to do your books on? I'm kind of telling my age here, but just a normal paper bag. And you can put them in there for it to dry out in a cool, dry place. So, let me go get those bags and let's go. And here are our bags. All the bags. I got so many bags just for this purpose. And so here we are at one of the cilantro plants that is currently growing in the garden. And I believe, I'm just going to pull this sucker up from the root, and we're going to put this in the bag and wait for them to dry out because this spot is really guarding my peppers. My peppers, they deserve better. Okay, they deserve better. Woo! Oh my goodness. This smells so good. And this is just going to have to, oh. This is so big that I think I'm gonna have to just dry it in the garage area. It's so big and I want to save all these seeds, so we're gonna find a safe place for it. My spinach that is out here drying, or is dried. So we've got spinach seeds in this area, so I'm just gonna put all my cilantro right here. Look at that, how cool. Spinach! All the rest of this cilantro that is in here and do all the same with that. And after that, I think I'm gonna check on my bok choy because those seeds might be dry. So yes, they are dried out so, woo, crispy, crispy, dried out so well. I'm going to put these in this bag. This bag really does catch, but this bag really helps to catch it. And then inside, I can separate the other stuff. You can do the same thing also with your radish seeds. Along with having to save some seeds, there are some things that I do not want to go to seed, okay? And one being my, our tobacco. So our tobacco is starting to go to seed, and what I am going to end up doing is stopping it from going to seed. So I wanted to get quicker, and also I'm going to pluck these suckers. The one that I'm going to save seeds from is going to be whatever is the last thing to go to seed, because that lasted longer in the garden. That's at least my logic. These feel so soft. Like, I can't, it's just, I would use this like to wipe, okay? That's how soft it is. There we go. We've got one right here. Yeah, rip this seed out. All right. There you go. Oh yeah. You see him? Oh, you want one? Can you pick one for your brother? These are fun little flowers. Snapdragons, snapdragons. Ooh, will you check the broccoli for me, my guy? You tell me what's going on in there.
Broccoli?
Yep. These are going to seed, but we don't have to cover these. And last, but very much not least. Okay. Last and very much not least is my carrots. So I want to make sure that I am taking some carrots to save for seed. They are probably one of the most beautiful flowers ever. What happened? I told people, someone mowed my okra. Someone mowed my okra and my beans. They still haven't fixed this. You were gone that time and they still didn't fix anything. These flowers are my carrots, and the carrots are going to seed. So I'm going to put this on top of here. So when this dries out, all of the seeds will stay right here and they will not spread. Whoop. Now this is my first time doing this, so don't quote me on it, but I really have a good feeling, and I have seen and heard other people do it, so hopefully it works for me. And I've got a couple more. So it's going to go through, your carrots are going to go through some phases. It's going to look like this, which you can see a lot of little pollinators on there. And then it's going to look like this. And then it's going to start coming into a phase where it goes inside and it starts to just look gross, okay? And that's the stage where I'm putting it on here. So, oh, it looks like I've got some tomatoes that are red. I did not see that. Look. Okay, so this is actually the first tomatoes that we're picking, buddy. Now I don't know what got on that, but so these are the very first red tomatoes of the season. They are San Marzanos. This week comes to a close. It is awesome to see the growth and the little things that get done every day that make a big difference. Now, I am nowhere near done weeding this garden, but the effort and the things that did go on in here will make all the difference going into next week. If you like this kind of content, make sure that you like and subscribe. I will see you here next week, my friends. Bye!